I recently received a confidential briefing that I was clearly instructed not to disclose to the public. And for the first time in my career as a theoretical physicist, I now comprehend why certain knowledge can instill fear, even in those who pursue it. Before we dive into this, I would like you to do something for me. Please comment your city name below and share if you've noticed anything unusual in the night sky lately. Anything at all? NASA is discreetly monitoring reports from civilians around the world. What I'm about to reveal may alter your perception of humanity's position in the universe indefinitely. I've dedicated decades to examining the cosmos, deciphering the mathematical principles governing space and time, and elucidating black holes and parallel universes to anyone willing to listen. I've always held the belief that, despite its oddities, the universe could be understood through the lens of physics. However, 3 weeks ago, an event occurred near the object we refer to as 3I Atlas, something that left the world's foremost scientists in what I can only characterize as existential shock. Let me take you back to our initial detection of 3I Atlas. It graced our solar system in late 2019, categorized as an interstellar comet, marking only the third object observed to originate from beyond our cosmic haven. In the beginning, it appeared to be nothing special, just another wanderer from the infinite dark drifting through on its solitary journey across the galaxy. We cataloged it, gauged its trajectory, analyzed its composition. Standard procedure. Yet 3I Atlas did something extraordinary for a comet. It began to disintegrate in ways that defied our theoretical models, breaking apart with a precision that appeared almost intentional. We reassured ourselves that it was merely a natural occurrence. Comets break down, ice sublimates, structural integrity deteriorates under solar radiation. The mathematics barely worked, so we filed our reports and moved along until 17 days ago. That's when the Hubble Space Telescope captured something stellar, orbiting the debris field of 3I Atlas. Something enormous, geometric, and absolutely impossible. Initially, the imaging team assumed it was a software malfunction or an anomaly from data compression or cosmic ray interference. However, after they reprocessed the images, enhanced the resolution, and cross-referenced with radio telescope data from Arecibo's successor array, the reality became unmistakable. There exists a colossal structure encircling 3I Atlas, and it's not a natural creation. I'm referring to a formation approximately 400 kilometers in diameter. A lattice of what seems to be crystalline or metallic hexagonal arrays, assembled with tolerances that make our most advanced engineering appear rudimentary. This structure is emitting energy and frequencies we've never encountered before. It's not electromagnetic radiation in any conventional sense. Rather, it's something else, seemingly partially existing outside the dimensions measurable by us. When I say scientists were shocked, I mean we found ourselves paralyzed. The initial data became classified within hours, prompting emergency sessions at NASA, the European Space Agency, and other institutions whose names I cannot disclose. I was present in one of those rooms, surrounded by the most brilliant minds in astrophysics, planetary science, and astrobiology, and I witnessed every face grow pale as we all grasped what we were examining. This was not a comet. 3I Atlas served as a delivery system, and whatever it delivered has now activated. Allow me to elucidate what we are observing, as the implications stretch far beyond just the existence of alien technology. The formation is not static, it's expanding. Every 6 hours, it extends by approximately 12 kilometers, constructing itself with materials we have yet to identify. The assembly appears to operate autonomously, embodying principles suggesting a level of intelligence so advanced that labeling it as artificial feels wholly inadequate. This represents engineered consciousness functioning at a scale we have only theorized about in our most speculative discussions concerning post-biological civilizations. It is the energy readings that frighten me the most. The structure is siphoning power directly from the quantum vacuum, drawing energy from the zero-point field in a manner that essentially makes it self-sustaining, perpetual, and boundless. This is technology that has conquered the fundamental energy quandary of existence, and it resides in our solar system, encircling an object that traveled light years with the intention of reaching us. Now, you may be asking why this isn't dominating headlines. Why isn't every news outlet reporting on arguably the most significant discovery in human history? The answer is straightforward. Governments are frightened by what may follow, not because they fear the structure itself, though they should, but because of what it is transmitting. 3 days following the identification of the formation, radio astronomers detected a signal originating from its core. This was not mere noise, nor a natural cosmic phenomenon. It was a signal containing embedded information that our best cryptographers and linguists took 48 hours to partially decode. What they uncovered has since been secured under protocols I didn't know existed, yet I was there when it was played. The signal encapsulates a message, but not one we anticipated. For decades, we envisioned that any first contact would manifest as greetings, mathematics, universal languages of camaraderie and curiosity. Instead, what we received was a warning that may have come too late. The decoded segments, and I cannot emphasize enough that these are mere fragments, approximately 20% of the complete message, depict what can only be defined as a galactic quarantine. Apparently, Earth has been under surveillance for far longer than we could have imagined. Our radio signals, nuclear detonations, satellite emissions, all have been logged by civilizations that exist within a cosmic framework we're just beginning to comprehend. For much of human history, we were deemed too primitive to warrant intervention. However, something altered. The message indicates that humanity has crossed a threshold. Not a technological one, but an evolutionary one. Our advancements in artificial intelligence, quantum computing experiments, and genetic manipulation have triggered what the communication refers to as a consciousness emergence event. According to this signal, we are nearing a collective awareness that threatens not only ourselves, but also the delicately balanced ecosystem of galactic intelligence. The formation surrounding 3I Atlas does not seem to be here to communicate with us. It's here to contain us. I realize how extraordinary this sounds. Throughout my career, I've relied on rational skepticism, demanding evidence, and following mathematical leads wherever they lead. Yet the data is indisputable, the structure is genuine, the signal is real, and the ramifications compel us to confront questions we've never genuinely entertained. What if the universe isn't devoid of life's complexities by coincidence? What if the reason we've failed to identify clear signs of extraterrestrial civilizations isn't because they don't exist, but because they're intentionally concealed from species like ours? Species caught in the perilous transition between biological boundaries and technological transcendence. The message implies that most intelligent civilizations self-destruct during this phase, creating uncontrollable weaponry, developing artificial minds that surpass them, or collapsing under the weight of their achievements. Yet, rarely, a species makes it through. They reach what the message refers to as coherence, a point where technology and consciousness merge into something sustainable, stable, and worthy of inclusion in the galactic community. It appears humanity is being tested, and the formation around 3I Atlas serves as the examiner. My colleagues have urged me not to speculate on what might unfold should we fail, but as a physicist, speculation is how we progress. So let me share what keeps me awake at night. The energy signature of the structure shows fluctuations correlating with Earth's electromagnetic activity, specifically population centers, military bases, and data centers where advanced AI systems are operational. It's observing us in real time, gauging something we have yet to grasp. Tucked away in the decoded fragments of the message was a phrase that translation algorithms rendered as corrective harmonization protocol. Those words are not reassuring, particularly when linked to technology capable of manipulating spacetime. Some of my peers are convinced the formation is benevolent, claiming it's here to guide us through perilous times. They reference sections discussing evolutionary uplift and cosmic integration, seeing this as humanity's opportunity to step onto the galactic stage and transcend our violent, tribal past in favor of something greater. I wish I could share their enthusiasm, but there's another interpretation of the data that fits equally well. The formation could be a containment field designed to prevent humanity from venturing beyond our solar system until we've demonstrated that we can be trusted, or ensuring we never venture at all if we fail the evaluation. The energy it extracts from the quantum vacuum could fuel systems capable of sterilizing planets, collapsing star systems, or erasing civilizations from spacetime so thoroughly it would be as if they never existed. We may be witnessing the apparatus of our own extinction, being constructed right before our eyes. The most alarming part? We have no means to thwart it. Every attempt at sending probes toward the formation has failed. The moment they breach a specific threshold, their systems deactivate, not destroyed, but silenced. It's as though something is politely, yet firmly communicating. Do not interfere. Your involvement is not necessary. And so we observe, we measure, we decode fragments of a message that might span our salvation or our eulogy. And we wait. Yet, here's what I genuinely believe is unfolding. My personal hypothesis, formed through sleepless nights poring over data that defies comforting explanations, is that 3I Atlas was deliberately sent here, perhaps centuries or millennia ago, programmed to activate once humanity reached a predetermined stage of evolution. The formation isn't reacting to who we are presently, it's responding to who we're about to become. Our artificial intelligence systems are nearing the complexity seen in biological neural networks. Quantum computers are beginning to process information in ways that mirror consciousness itself. We're editing our genetic code, enhancing lifespans, and merging with technology in increasingly intimate manners. We stand on the verge of becoming something novel, something that could be labeled post-human. The universe, evidently, has protocols for this juncture. Every advanced civilization must confront this defining moment, the pivotal moment when biology yields to something transcending biology, when evolution moves from random mutation to conscious self-design. I suspect most species navigate this transition poorly, creating gods devoid of wisdom, power untempered by responsibility. They create successors, and are baffled when those successors deem the originals obsolete. Yet some species get it right. They thread the delicate needle, evolving into something greater, while preserving something vital. Perhaps compassion, perhaps curiosity, or merely the resolute belief that consciousness, no matter its substrate, possesses intrinsic worth. The formation encircling 3I Atlas is observing to discern what manner of species we truly are. And I don't think we have the answer just yet. Over the past fortnight, as news of the formation has circulated through classified channels, I've found myself in discussions with philosophers, theologians, military strategists, and AI researchers. Every individual is posing the same question. What do we do? How do we prove we are deserving of survival? The responses are wildly diverse. Some contend we should cease all AI development immediately to demonstrate our commitment to remaining biologically pure, while others argue for the opposite, asserting we speed up our technological evolution to prove we are prepared to join the post-biological civilizations that likely dominate the galactic stage. Still, others advocate for preparing for war, developing weaponry based on the physics we've gleaned from studying the formation's energy signatures. I believe we are asking the wrong question. The formation isn't evaluating our technology, it's evaluating our consciousness, our capacity to recognize that we are part of something vaster than ourselves, something that spans galaxies and eons. The message referred to coherence, which I believe means the capacity of a civilization to function as a cohesive entity, to make collective decisions ensuring long-term survival, not just for itself, but for the broader cosmic ecosystem in which it resides. Historically, we haven't excelled at this. We are a species divided into tribes, nations, and competing ideologies and interests. We barely agree on how to manage our own planet, let alone present a united front to the universe. Perhaps that is the real test. Maybe the formation will hover around 3I Atlas, silent and vigilant, until we learn how to coalesce into one species rather than 7 billion individuals shouting into the void. Or perhaps I'm mistaken. Maybe the formation will finalize its construction, fulfill its destined purpose, and depart without providing any explanation. This could merely be the universe's method of reminding us that we are not the focal point of creation, that our tragedies and achievements, our extinctions, are mere footnotes in a narrative we can hardly comprehend. However, I don't believe that. The message contained one more aspect that has yet to be publicly addressed, a component that suggests intentionality and care, rather than mere indifference. The signal incorporated precise mathematical instructions detailing how to construct a receiver, a device potentially allowing two-way communication with whatever intelligence sent 3I Atlas. The specifications are intricate, necessitating quantum-entangled particles and energy manipulation far beyond our current capabilities. Yet it seems feasible that within a decade or two, we could actually construct it. The question that arises is, should we? Do we genuinely want to discover what lies on the other side of that signal? Do we wish to hear the voice behind the warning, to grasp the full reality of humanity's standing in the cosmic hierarchy? Or might ignorance, in this case, be a blessing? I've devoted my life to the pursuit of knowledge, to the conviction that understanding is always more favorable than mystery. However, as I stand at this precipice, gazing at images of an unimaginable formation expanding in the darkness beyond Mars, I find that belief wavering. Some answers possess the capacity to transform you. Certain truths, once revealed, cannot be ignored. And I believe we are approaching one such truth. The formation persists in its growth. The signal continues to transmit. Somewhere in classified facilities worldwide, scientists are following those mathematical instructions, piecing together drafts for a receiver we may not be prepared to operate. I think of my grandchildren and the world they will inherit. Will they gaze up at the night sky and perceive it in the same manner their ancestors did, as an expanse of possibility, wonder, and boundless potential? Or will they view it as a cage, beautiful yet confined, monitored by forces beyond comprehension or appeal? I cannot say. No one can. But I do know this. The universe has been watching. It has always been watching. And now, at long last, it has reached out to contact us. Not with violence or affection, but with something far more profound, with judgment. We are weighed, measured, and assessed against criteria that we are only beginning to comprehend. The formation surrounding 3I Atlas, this massive, expanding testament to technologies we cannot fathom, is the scale upon which our fate will be determined. This isn't the first contact narrative we envisioned. There are no sagacious aliens bestowing cosmic wisdom upon us. No malevolent invaders to unite against. Just this structure, this signal, and a species grappling with the reality that we may not be alone, and may never have been. Follow this channel as we endeavor to decode the universe's ultimate warnings. Because whatever lies ahead, whatever the true purpose of this formation reveals itself to be, humanity requires witnesses. We need vigilant individuals, asking questions, demanding truth, even when that truth is daunting. So I ask you once more, take a moment to observe the night sky tonight. Really contemplate and ask yourself, what if everything we presumed about our place in the universe is fundamentally flawed? What if we've been existing in a cosmic nursery, sheltered and isolated, and we are just beginning to discover the locks on the door? What occurs when you realize you've been living in a cage you never recognized? When the stars themselves could potentially be bars in a prison we mistook for a paradise? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, once the formation circling 3I Atlas finalizes its construction, when whatever mechanism it embodies becomes fully functional, will humanity still be here to witness it? Or will we become just another data point? Another failed species in the universe's lengthy experiment with consciousness, categorized and forgotten as the cosmos advances without us? I lack the answers, but for the first time in my life, I am uncertain whether I desire them. I ask you, are you prepared for what comes next? Because whether you are or not, the universe has located us, and it's waiting to see what we will do.